Hello and welcome to Amid the Chaos. Today we're going to look at something a little different. Flat plexiglass miniatures from Wofun Games. And then we'll look at how I'll be using them to play battles from the Second Macedonian Wars using the Amid the Chaos rules. Now these aren't your traditional lead or pewter miniatures, they're pre-printed double-sided standees that you slot into bases. And they look great on the table. In this video, I'll show you what's in the box I ordered to create my Macedonian Phillip V and the Roman Republican armies that he fought against. So let's start with a quick overview of Wofun, short for World of Fun Games. They produce pre-painted acrylic standees, some using artwork by Peter Dennis, the same illustrator behind the famous Paperboys series, and then other designers from the in-house Wofun Games artists. They're available in multiple scales, 10mm, 18mm and 28mm. For this project, I've gone ahead and ordered 18mm for the visual impact and compatibility with my existing terrain. This is the set I'll be using to represent my Macedonian and Roman armies. So this is the box that arrived today from Wofun Wargaming Miniatures, stands for World of Fun. What I've read about these and what I've seen is that they are fast to assemble and there's no painting required, and you can get armies onto the table very quickly. So let's open the box and take a look inside. You see they're very nicely packaged, foam to avoid any sort of damage in transit. So as I've heard from many people, Wofun often put in free stuff in these boxes. Now I didn't order any bases, I'm going to 3D print mine, but this is what you can expect to find when you order their bases. They are 2mm MDF with slots ready to accept the bases and the figures. What they have sent me here that I did not order is a set of Persian chariots, complete with swords or blades on the wheels. Very nice. As you can see, they're extremely detailed and beautiful, printed on both sides. So when you attach these to the bases, they'll look pretty good. So getting on to other stuff in the box, as I said, it's very well prepared. We've got see, they're easy to pop out because they're already coming out on their own. Thracian mercenary peltasts, they'll go for the Macedonians. Some very nice Macedonian companion cavalry there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14 of those, I think. And then we have the Macedonian phalanx, and I got two. See, they're already coming out. I got two different sets of those. So 2 Macedonian phalanx 1, and then slightly different because they've got different shields. This is Macedonian infantry, which includes some bowmen, some archers, and again some different phalangites. There's the sheet of mounted officers. And then we go on to Romans. We've got some Roman allied legionary cavalry here. Very nice. I'm really impressed with the sturdiness here. They're 2mm thick and quite shiny on the side. We'll see how they look when they're in the bases. But a lot of people just use ink pens or a Sharpie to colour in the sides. So I'm going to see how that looks and press on with that. And this is the start of the Romans. So this is the Roman triarii. So you just gently press those out. So the Roman triarii, they've got their own leaders. So you just gently press these out. As I say, they're very, very good looking. Very nice from the back too. And then I've got Roman hostati and principae in there, some Libyan light infantry, and of course, no army would be complete without war elephants. So these are going to be fighting on the Roman side in the Second Macedonian War. Very nice, and from the back, look equally good. So that's all the sprues that I'm going to get in this box. I do have some Libyan and Numidian infantry here to put into the Macedonian army, so that's good. Now, as far as basing is concerned, I've printed off, because I have a 3D printer, as most of you know, I've printed off some bases, and we'll see how they look. So I'm going to carefully take some Macedonian cavalry, and they just, as you can see, they've got a tab. I hope you can see. They have a tab on the bottom that just fits into the slot. And that then is a 40 by 20 millimeter base with some Macedonian companion cavalry on it. My other option that I was thinking of was to use a 40 by 15 base in the units, like that. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, their basing is that you put two such stands. Let's see. So they're basing, they have two slots in there, you would put two stands in there. So they would look like that on the battlefield, two sets like that. So we'll see which basing I prefer, and then as we continue with the video, I'll show you how I'm going to base them up for amid the chaos. So I've assembled all of the figures and put them into the bases, and I wanted to give you an idea of exactly how many figures you do get in this set. This is just the Romans from the sheets that I pressed out of the plexiglass earlier on. So there's elephants in the background. There are 4 legions. Each legion comprises Principae, Hastati, Triarii. There are cavalry in the back, leaders, and then light infantry, Numidian light infantry, and Numidian light cavalry in the background there. So lots of figures, and they look absolutely stunning. So here we have the Macedonian forces on my 3D printed stands. See, we have some Thracians at the front, the Numidian light cavalry, the companion cavalry at the back, just scanning across to the phalangites on the right side here. We do have some Cretan archers mixed in there on the extreme right flank, as you will see. So yes, you get a good number. I was able to make up 6 whole units of phalanx with 18 figures in each phalanx, so which is good for my Amid the Chaos rules. And now I'm just going to try to edge up these guys, and I'm just going to gently run my brush across the edge where it's red. I think it gives them a bit more depth, takes away the white. So I'm going to run through these. It doesn't take long. The main thing I think is going to be picking the colours. Anyway, I will get back to you when I've painted them all up. Let's now take a look at how these figures translate into Amid the Chaos. The pike phalanxes become large units, ideal for representing the Macedonians. There's light infantry, skirmishers with javelins and slings, which can be used as small or regular units. And then you have the heavy cavalry, such as companion cavalry, Thessalonian cavalry, that make up your regular cavalry units. If your set includes elephants, those are the special units with their own characteristics. So here's a quick layout using my basing scheme. You'll notice I've grouped the miniatures in formations that correspond to the Amid the Chaos unit sizes. Thanks to the rules scale agnosticism, I don't need to rebase or remeasure anything, just slot them in and go. The flexibility of the system really shines when paired with something like Wofun. So, how I do my basing, I have some lightweight spackling and then some inexpensive acrylic hobby paint. This is earth brown from Crafters, and then I take the base and my little spatula knife here and just put on a thin layer. Out, go to the bottom, take that off, and then I'm going to take the miniature and just put him back into the slot, and check on the bottom again, make sure he hasn't forced any more out, and then neaten up the edges. And there he is. And then when that spackling paste is all dried, I will go in and using the same brown paint just that I used to colour the spackling, I'll just go on and brush that in. And then bring in some just normal railroad flocking and just lightly dust that over. I don't mind if some of the brown paint shows through. Just dust off the acrylic there and set him to one side to dry completely. And that's how I do my basing. So I've painted the edges of all of the Roman legions, I like the look of the painted edges over just leaving them with the acrylic showing. So I am going to continue to do all of my armies like that. So why might you consider using Wofun for your battles? Well, the accessibility. There's no painting means there's no barrier to entry. They're very affordable. You get a large army at low cost, much lower than metal or resin armies. And the visual appeal of Peter Dennis's artwork and the artwork of the other Wofun artists brings them to life on the battlefield. They look great on the tabletop, especially en masse. They're also ideal for demo games, conventions, introduction to new players that are put off by the usual hobby and modelling demands. So there you have it, 2 full Macedonian Wars armies ready to hit the tabletop in under 2 hours. The later painting and basing took me about another 4 hours, but all of that is purely optional. If you found this video helpful and informative, please hit that like button and subscribe to Amid the Chaos. Leave a comment below. Have you used Wofun figures? Are you tempted to give them a try? And don't forget to join us on Facebook. The link is in the description. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you found it informative. Please don't forget to hit like, leave a comment and subscribe for more videos about the Amid the Chaos rule set. So we'll see you in the next one, and in the meantime, take care.